Crew, happy Friday. I just wanted to actually switch gears completely and talk a little bit about something that is obvious, but we haven't really touched on it yet. And as Sparks, it's my job to kind of address the hard stuff as well as the fun stuff too. So we're going to go right into it. So I know that 2020 has been a tough year. It's been COVID, it's been shutdowns, riots, it's been a lot of uncertainty and a lot of just up in the air and stress and angst in some ways too. And I think that it's common for when these types of seasons hit, uncertainty and time is the first thing that we tell ourselves is, I just can't handle this. And our first reaction is to not exercise. And though I'm biased because I'm a fitness coach, and I'm your fitness coach, and this is what I do for a living, I want to go into why now is the most important time to stay active, to exercise, and to stay on our nutrition. So I want to take a little time travel. Back when we were in the caveman days, when all we had to think about was survival, basically, when we're running from saber-toothed tigers and you name it, everything was a danger. We're triggered responses as human beings. We release these hormones called cortisol, adrenaline, and these trigger us to fight or flight, right? Well, fast forward to 2020, we still have those mechanisms in our body. We're still human beings, but we don't have those immediate dangers anymore. Really, we don't have any immediate danger of a threat to our life. We don't have to think about that. But we still have those triggered responses within us. So cortisol still being released, adrenaline still being released. But what happens? Where do they go? Exercise is a place to put these. This is a place to put that energy and those hormones, those responses, that emotion that's being bottled up inside of us. Where do you put that otherwise? Do you ever find yourself like just getting anxious or edgy out of nowhere? You have this like edgy feeling to you and you just feel triggered and short-circuited and quite frankly, and a lot of times overwhelmed, is because you have all of this built up energy, this built up emotion, and it has nowhere to go. So when the most common thought would be, or at least the first thought would be to say, I don't have time to exercise. There's too much stress going on. No, stop. That is the time. That is exactly the time to exercise, to get active. It has been scientifically proven that physical activity, getting your body physically active in any way, releases counteractive hormones to those cortisol and adrenaline, and this creates clarity. It helps with time management skills. It helps balance your emotions and your hormones. Put the physical benefits aside from it. We all have fitness goals, right? We all want to accomplish it. But when we're talking about a time like this, when we need our mental and emotional well-being more than ever before, if we're just exercising for that mere fact alone, let's at least do that. We owe it to the future generation because this season's going to pass. We're going to get through it. But I know for me, looking back on this season, I want to say that I didn't fall. I rose during a hard season. I stepped up and I actually took action instead of just falling back and letting the world happen around me. So this season will pass and we owe it to the future generations and even the people that are immediately in our world right now to be the best humans that we possibly can. The world needs us right now, guys. Like there's too many people that are sitting back, that are falling into negative patterns, just satisfying immediate gratifications and living in their own space and then lashing out because they're not being conscious about where they're putting these pent up emotions. We've been shut down, we've been disconnected, we've been, isolated, and then we've been, told we can't even work. We all of this stuff, right? But we have control over this. We have control over this vessel. And getting yourself active is going to counteract all of the other uncertainty that's being thrown your way. And the world needs strong people who are going to think through the state that they're putting themselves in so that we can be better humans for future generations to come, for our immediate generation. And that's what this video is about. And we're going to talk more about this in the coming weeks, but I really just wanted to stress the fact that I know that the temptation is going to be to say, I don't have time, I'm too stressed, so I'm not going to work out. When really it should be the opposite. When you think to yourself, I don't have time, I'm too stressed, I need to work out. That's the response we need to have. Because if those are the thoughts and feelings that you're having, well, first of all, it's a lie. And second of all, getting your physical body active is going to switch that. It's going to solve that. You're going to feel less stressed. You're going to feel more clear. You're going to have more time management skills, and the list goes on and on. So, we're going to talk more about this, but it's like I said, the world needs us, and we owe it to ourselves for our own mental, emotional well-being, and for those around us to step up, take a stand, take control of us first, so then we can go out into the world and be better for those around us. Okay, have a great weekend. Happy Halloween. And we're going to talk more about this. Let's get real. It's time to just get really real. I love talking about goals and success and all that stuff too, and we will. But we also got to touch on the real stuff, and there's some real stuff going on in the world right now. You are not alone. We are all in this together. And if we rise up and come together, we will get through this stronger on the other side. And I know that for a fact. Have a great rest of the weekend. I just got a little passionate on you. I'm sorry about that, but I'm not sorry. Have a good weekend.